This is your daily news update. Newsman Dennis Daily reports on some of today's current events. Now, with the latest update, here's Dennis.
Hi, and thanks again, everybody. You know, every so often there's a real character who comes along, and during the 1950s, 60s, and 70s in the world of music, that character was Mitchell Miller. Mitch Miller is the way we knew him. He grew up in northern New York with a great love of classical music, but by the 1950s, he was working for Columbia Records as a major music producer and the head of artists there. During that period, he defined the style of Columbia Records, and it was mostly a big band remnant kind of style, with singers such as Patti Page and Frankie Lane, Johnny Ray, who cried all the time in his songs, and, of course, Ray Conniff, Percy Faith, Johnny Mathis, and Tony Bennett. But times were changing in this country, and some of his music was falling out of favor. But before it died altogether, Mitch Miller became the head of a television show called Sing Along with Mitch. It ran for 5 years on NBC television between 1961 and 1966. It was a group of guys who sang familiar songs, and the whole idea was to have people at home sing along. During that time, he made stars of people such as Leslie Uggams, pianist Dick Hyman, the Quinto Sisters, and one of his favorite singers was a young man named Bob McGrath, who would go on to be a popular host on Sesame Street. Mitch Miller was quite a guy with that beard and strange look. And the other thing was, when he directed, he seldom bent his arm, so a lot of people parodied him. Mitch Miller, born in 1911, died this past week. I'm Dennis Daily with your Daily News Update.